Good morning, everyone. My name is Timothy Spence, and I am a reality junkie. I've tried to avoid this confession for quite some time. I've tried to deny, lie to myself, but here we are. And it's now time for me to expose this unavoidable truth so that no one else catches on, and then I'm just looking crazy like, oh, we figured you were struggling with something. But no, I've had a few struggles throughout my life, but reality's probably been the biggest one of the biggest, because I crave it sometimes. Like sometimes life isn't real enough. Like things are going a certain way where it's just kind of humdrum and you're just going through the motions. Nothing dramatic is happening. And then, like, you look at your bank account and then all your bills came at the same time. You got $5 left and you don't get paid for another 2 weeks. That's like a reality uppercut right there. And it's like, I'm not saying put yourself in that position, but it's like something like that, like, brings you crashing back down to the real world. And I think what happens for a lot of people sometimes is that they kind of get lulled to sleep almost. You get comfortable, you get complacent, you get content. We're like, oh, nothing bad happens in this life. We're all good over here and blah, blah, blah. And, you feel like everything's cool. Like it's all sweet over here. And then for me, I want to live like that. I want to have that peace of mind. But I just need like a hit. I just need a hit. I just need to, like, whether it's like I go on my phone and I watch a video and I'm like, oh, okay. Or like I might talk to someone or ask them a question. Like, what do you think about this? What do you think about? And you know who to go to, who's gonna keep it real with you. And it's like, yeah, I think I'm this type of person, and I just really, and it's like, nah, you're not, man. It's like, nah, it's like, nah. I don't know who told you that, but I'm gonna tell you like it is. And nah, that ain't gonna work for you. Like, you need that. Some people, they can't handle that. They can't handle reality. They can't handle, and I'm not saying reality and the truth are necessarily synonymous, because the truth doesn't always hurt. Doesn't always hurt. Reality, on the other hand, that's just like, in the real world, where the rest of us live in, as opposed to those who live in Fantasy Island, certain things go a certain way. Like always getting what you want. See, that kind of scares me sometimes, because it's like, if I'm getting what I want all the time, that's sending certain stimuli to my brain. It's not too hard to start expecting things when things go a certain way. You can start to feel like, oh, well, I mean, this is all right. I wonder what my new prize is going to be tomorrow. And, you weren't like that before. But now, because things are going in a different direction, your expectation levels are starting to change. Your hope and joy is starting to creep back into your body, and you're like, those walls, your defenses are all, your shields are lowering. And then all it's going to take is like someone's handing you a piece of cake, and you're like, oh, for me? And then you reach, and it is dropping in your face. It is this cake all on the ground. And you're like sitting there like like you can't compute. You can't comprehend what just happened, because for the past 10 days, people have been handing you like money, like gold, clothes, like you just been a walking gift basket, And see, like, that's why at all times, like, no matter what's going on, no matter how things are going, I need like something to wake me back up. I need like life coffee almost. And it's like, it doesn't always go like that. But it's also in the reverse. It's not always negative. If things are going pretty bad consecutively, like the reality is like life isn't always going to be bad. So every once in a while, something really good can happen that can just throw off all that negative energy and just make you say like, wow, I got to just be thankful that I'm here, because the reality is some people have it worse. I mean, and sometimes I'll look for that. I'll look to see, like, I'll watch videos on like what life is like in other places. And sometimes it's not so bad. And sometimes, depending on where you're looking, you have a lot to be fortunate about. But for me, I guess I need that more than others, because it's like, when I was younger, it wasn't any like, no one ever sugarcoated anything for me. No one ever told me like, oh, if you just really wish really hard and click your heels 2 times and do a twirl, then everything's going to be all right. I never got that. Like, I know that you got to work for things. I know that wanting something has never made anybody get it. It's a start, but it doesn't do anything. Wishing, hoping, like, you gotta take action. You gotta make things happen. That's the reality of life. Like, it's not gonna just come to you. No one's gonna read your mind. No one should read your mind. Like, no one, like, what I look at life based on the incentives that people have. Like, why would certain people do certain things if they don't have to? Or sometimes I might even say something to somebody, not anything rude, but just say something to somebody where I already know the response. I don't have to guess the response. I don't need to like fabricate or, ponder on what the information I'm going to receive back, but I need to hear it. I need to hear it. It's like, so I saved a whale one time. It's like, no, you didn't. You didn't save no whale. You can't even save yourself, man. I'm like, oh, yes, that's the stuff. Oh, like something like I just like I need something like that. It's like, or you're like, you're in a situation where you got a friend around and you telling a story, and they're just listening to what you're saying, and I'm like, Alaska, man, you haven't stepped 2 feet out of your backyard. And it's like a group of people. Like, you were just yucking it up and telling the whole story. You were a clowny clown. You were just like, hi guys, I can juggle 3 things at once. Like, you were doing all that, and then, Slappy Ham over here is like, man, he lying, bruh. He lying to y'all. And they look at you like, yes, I am lying. Thank you for that slap hammy. I needed that. I was riding a little too high on my horse, and now you knocked us both on our faces. Thank you for that. I don't know if I know personally other people who also had the same struggle. I don't think most people do, though. I think most people, with all their might, try to avoid reality because I guess for some it's more painful than others, which is understandable. But I mean, at some point in time, you're going to face it. Like it's going to come knocking on your door and say, hey, remember me? Time to come outside, buddy. Like, I mean, it's going to happen. If you haven't noticed, a lot of these videos, there's a pattern I'm trying to get at here, is that things are going to happen no matter what. I'm an advocate for being ahead of the 8 ball rather than behind it. If there's a way that you can control any fragment of your life, you should at least try, you know. And I'm not saying being overly anything pessimistic, optimistic. I'm just saying, you know, look at things for how they are. Look at how, you know, look at how life goes regardless of how you feel. Acknowledge that, embrace that, and adjust to that. That's what I'm saying. For me, like, I need that dose of reality almost every second because it keeps me in mind. It reminds me of what I'm capable of, what I'm not capable of, what I need to work on, what I can actually do to better myself. And it might be different for other people. But you can't escape reality, no matter what you do. And believe me, I've tried. I've tried a lot of ways to escape it, and all I did was prolong the inevitable and create other problems for myself. So now I have to deal with the reality of my life that was always there and other problems that have to be corrected because I thought that I was getting away with something. And that also leads me to another idea where I'm going to talk about the need for reality police. But we're not going to get into all that today or this morning or whatever time it is. But with that said, that's all for me this morning. Just wanted to make sure I shared this with you guys and trying to up my content that I'm putting out. But yeah, if you're a reality junkie or you want to know more about how it works for me, ask me questions. Anytime you guys see these videos, please just ask me any questions. Talk to me. Somebody talk to me, man. You know, I want to be more interactive. I want to see what's going on with everybody, what everybody thinks. Like if anybody's dealing with the same things I deal with. But if you like this video, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell so you can see all my new videos. My Snapchat is Trust for Trouble. My IG is Trust for Troublemaker, where I also put up content, random wacky stuff, things I'm doing, things I'm eating, things I'm drinking, whatever, stuff like that. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Might do something. I'll try my best this weekend to maybe make another video. We'll see how I feel. But yeah, love you guys. Hope you guys have a great day. I hope everything's well for you. And as always, remember to, got a little sniffles going on. Trust me, trouble you. And that's that.